So hello everyone, it's your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into the new Colourpop palette. So I bought both of them. I got the High Tide, of course, that was the main one I was concerned about, and then I got Fine Feather just because why not. I'm gonna tell you a funny story when I used the Fine Feather one about this bird that was trying to attack me just now. But both of these palettes, let me see, how much do they retail for? I believe they retail for $14. I went in the store and picked them up, which is the only reason I have them up now. Y'all know Colourpop is really bad. They like getting stuff to you in a timely fashion, and every 20 minutes they pumping out something else. So by the time I got the Barbie collection and all that other stuff that I was actually interested and excited about and thought you'd be excited about, you weren't, because you know, it took Colourpop forever to get some. Yeah, so they're $14 a piece. I got mine for $10. So there's that. But I think we're gonna start with this one just because the story literally just happened to me, so I want to tell y'all about it like in full detail, and then we'll end with the blue one because of course we know blue is my favorite color. I'm kind of rushing it though because it's like 3:30 now, and I have to be I have to leave here in an hour, and then I have to go to leave from where I'm going and go to work. So I'm over here trying to get stuff done. But I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer. I reviewed this, well, I used this for the first time with you all last week. So yeah, let me go off camera and get this done. Wait, should I have read the description of this eyeshadow palette? I usually don't read the description of Colourpop eyeshadow palettes. I mean, I guess we can since we're here. Okay, so for the Fine Feathered one, it says the Colourpop Fine Feather eyeshadow palette is a monochromatic fuchsia pressed powder palette featuring a range of bold fuchsias supported by softer pinks to complete your look. Okay, and then we have the High Tides palette. This is the Colourpop High Tide eyeshadow palette. Is a monochromatic aqua pressed powder palette featuring a range of pastel aquas to deep and sultry aquas for the ultimate mermaid look. Finishes are mattes and metallics. So there you go. But yeah, so I'm gonna go off camera, do this eye look. We're gonna have this funny story time about this bird that tried to attack me while I took the pictures of the battle of the I have on today and the new Huda bronzer, and then I will come back. Okay, y'all, so we close up on the eyes now. So this is the look I came up with. I was sitting up watching Faye Lene's video about her experience with Desi Perkins skincare line and her product or whatever. But let's talk about these birds. We'll talk about Faye Lene's video when I do the blue eye look. So I don't know why I said bird, just one bird. Okay, so I came outside, right? Like I normally do. I went to go post my little pictures or whatever. So I see this bird flying, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But it was a bird I hadn't seen before, like, you know, like if I was a bird watch, I'd be intrigued by it. I took a picture of it or whatever, but he was black, and then he had like red along his wings. And he was, I don't know if he was doing like a mating call or what was going on, but he was like doing this random chant or whatever. So I'm like, okay, let me go take my pictures, you know, like usual. I was going to the spots I normally go to or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, let me do that. So, okay, hold on, y'all. Let me go grab this glitter glue before I start. Okay, so, yeah. I'm doing that, and then all of a sudden, I'm trying to walk. Sorry, let me show you what colors I'm using. So I used this shade, that shade. Of course, y'all know I had to dust this one over, and I used the only two shimmers in the palette. But yeah, so anyway, like I'm saying, I'm walking, and like, so he flies up to one of the street lights, and he was sitting there and he's doing this, like I said, I think it's a mating call, I don't know. And so I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. So I go to walk toward, like, there's like a bridge I go take pictures on, like when I did the Liz McGuire Colourpop video. The picture from the thumbnail, if y'all saw like the metal grates back there, I walk up the bridge that's closest to my grandma's house by the expressway and take pictures there. So I was going to do that, and like the bird flies over my head and is like yelling and acting really aggressive, and then flies up to the sign. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll take a picture of him so I can show you all what he looks like. But oh, sorry, y'all. I'm sitting way too damn low. My bad. Matter of fact, let me just lower it a little bit, and then we gotta worry about it. Okay, so there you go. Anyway, so I'm just walking, minding my business. I'm trying to walk up to the bridge. She starts flying, being aggressive over my head, chanting and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, calm the hell down. And so he flies and sits on the speeding sign. Like I said, I'm taking the fuchsia shade now and just blend it into the crease. But so since he does that, I'm like, oh, okay, so you trying to act like, you know, you run stuff. So I stand up for a little while, like, okay, so what do you think you doing? So then he flies like over my head and then flies back to his little perch or whatever. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I gotta go to work, you know. The habit says, like you tell a girl when, you know, she thinks she got some of you and she got the dude, but you know the dude really wants you and he just selling for her. It's like one of those type of situations. What I'm thinking, okay, like habit says, like have the light pole, have the speeding sign, have all that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just, you know, go to another spot and take pictures there, because I had already taken different pictures, but y'all know I go like 3 or 4 different places. If you didn't know, I go 3 or 4 different places here around my grandmother's house. I'm taking the lightest fuchsia shade, sort of the lighter fuchsia shade, because I feel like the other one is more sun burgundy, but I feel like it oxidizes and you can't like tell the difference. Like up here I felt like you couldn't tell when I came on camera. So that was my experience outside trying to like take Instagram pictures of like the some of the new products I have on my face today. I was just like, Lord, jeez. I go through all this with a bird and all this. It's like, keep your pets in the house, please. Thank you. Honey, because it was just a whole hot mess that like was totally uncalled for. So, I won't be taking any pictures on the bridge today, apparently, because it's like I don't have time to be arguing with some little bird about, you know, him being his feelings because he can't find his mate. It's like, who let you out the zoo? Seriously, y'all, he doesn't look like a bird that belongs in this type of environment. So I was like, well, what are you doing here? Like, you lost, bruh? And I mean, like I said, he was aggressively flying over me, like, yelling and stuff. I'm like, look, sir, I don't speak bird, so I don't know what you're saying. But, okay, sure. Let's be aggressive and mad. It's not going to help you because I still don't know what you're saying. I just don't. Now I wish I had put on Moxie from Proper Beauty with this eye. I think I'm going to change and do that when I get done with it for the pictures. Because I have on macchiato from Dose of Colors. Because I just had a blank face. So I felt like it would go fine with that. But now that we have, you know, a whole little situation going on, I figured we should go ahead and change up the lip to match the eye a bit. I wanted to do a palette mashup with both of them. But then I was just like, I don't get time for all that. Because it's like almost 4 o'clock now while I'm doing this, and I still gotta go outside, take pictures. Then we still gotta do the high tide palette for me to put on my eyes to wear to work. So I'm like, I don't have time. I saw the Colorful Camille did a gorgeous look with this palette. I'm like, I would do that, but I'm like, that might be a little bit too much for work. So I think I'm gonna keep it kind of simple. But me being me, like, I doubt it. You know, my boss is away at a wedding, so I gotta contact my other boss and ask him to fix my time. So that way I get paid, because the time clock at where I work every Friday, they always do maintenance on it. So it's like, well, how do you expect me to get paid if y'all do maintenance from Friday until Saturday? Because it's like, I can't clock out for lunch and I can't clock out to leave. So it's like, then I just have time clocked in and no time ever clocked out. So I'm like, I'm gonna need somebody to fix this. So I just taken the darkest shimmery shade I showed you all, that I rub it on the eye. Because like sometimes y'all feel like there's always some problem going on. I'm like, child, always some drama, I swear. And then I don't like drama and toxic people and a whole bunch of other stupid nonsense like that. So when that type of stuff going on, I just be annoyed. Like, please leave, go away. I don't want that. I don't want to be bothered. Okay, so if you all can't tell, this eye is lighter than this one. That's because I put the shade that we're going to put in the inner corner on top. So I kind of like just dip my finger and pat it on. And it feels like it might be one of those super shock shadows that they started putting in palettes once they got a stable formula for it to be in a palette instead of individually. So I tapped it on top and then I put the dark one back on top to get a little bit more depth out of it. And then I'm going to put that one in the inner corner. So that's why I'm trying to do it on camera with you all. Just pat. I don't know why she's going in and out with blurriness. That's annoying me. But I'm going to take the darker shade now and go back over it again. I just took a little bit. I didn't take a whole lot because, you know, the point of putting it on was to be able to see it. So if you just lather the other one back on top, is that really helping? No. But I wanted a little bit more brightness than what it was giving. So I was like, because I'm like, it's summertime. We're not trying to have a deep, vampy, you know, eyes. Well, did I leave the inner corner brush over there. Oh no, it's underneath my leg because stuff always rolls underneath my leg. So we're gonna take this in the inner corner. And this is our finished eye look with this palette. So I'm gonna go outside, take some look at me, I think I'm sexy pictures. I need to do some swatch comparisons of this, but I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow just because, like I said, it's almost 4 o'clock now and I still got to do a look with this High Tide palette here. So show you what the inside of it looks like. Gorgeous. I mean, it's just everything I could dream of. I really want to just use like probably I'm thinking just these 2 shades and then just do a monochromatic shimmer moment on the eye, because y'all know I love to have a monochromatic shimmery blue moment. I just did a look like this recently this week on Instagram with all of the monochromatic purple blue palettes before I found out that this High Tide palette was coming out. So I have filmed that last week after, well, I mean, I knew it was coming out, but it was like it was too late. I had already planned on doing that and I needed to do it, so I did it. Anyway, let me stop rambling about all that because like I said, I need to be going. So I'm gonna go outside, look at me, I think of sexy pictures with this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into the blue look, and then we'll come back and do that. So I've returned. The bird didn't try to attack me this time. But I didn't go down like that way. I stopped like 1 block before that. Anyway, so I just used this shade mixed with this shade. Gonna put this one in the crease. This is on the lid. This is on our lower lash line. This is in the inner corner. It's already 4:30, so I need to hurry the hell up because it's actually 3 minutes after 4:30. I got distracted while I was sitting watching the Faye Lene video. So let's talk about that. So I was watching the Faye Lene video about the Desi skin because she apparently had allergic reaction and had to go to urgent care to get a shot in her butt for antibiotics and a whole bunch of other stuff in order to, like, you know, get rid of all the like hives she had from it. And the crazy thing is she said like other people had it too, but like nobody said anything until like she said something, because they didn't want to like ruin Desi's moment, which I mean, like, I appreciate, but at the same time it's like if you can help someone you should like say something. And that's why I appreciate Faye for making the video, because a lot of people would have been like, oh well, it's Desi Perkins, and you know, people don't think I'm just hating, or people don't think I'm lying and I'm trying to clout chase or get attention because Desi's so popular. And so I don't know if that's why she didn't necessarily want to do it, but I definitely appreciate Faye for making the video, because it's like I was one of those people that was looking at it, because just like her, I love Desi, and I have Desi's Dose of Colors collection. I have I think I have 2 pairs of high key sunglasses. So it's like I rocks with Desi, but at the same time I was like, you know, it was like $60 and it's like I have to buy everything myself as it is. Like I know Faye gets like some PR or whatever. So I'm like, when I have to buy everything myself and this isn't a skincare review, it's like I don't really worry about that too much. Crap, the battery's trying to die. I would try to die when I'm trying to film this. I'm sabotaged. Always being sabotaged. Anyway, I'm gonna start blending this one. And if y'all don't see it at the end, then you know, like the battery died. And, you know, I have to put another one in. But I always feel like these muddy up, and that's why they don't look the same. It makes me mad. So I'll probably just end up blending this off camera. I'll cut the crease off camera so we can save time, and then I'll come back and we will discuss how I feel about it, because I know it's definitely about to. Okay, so like I was saying, it cut off right when I was saying I was about to get cut off. So I did the glitter glue off camera like I told you I would. Now I'm going with that shimmery shade in the middle that we talked about and put it all over the lid. So let's do that. So I was talking to Karen about this palette. Of course, you already know I'm talking about Karen Harris. And I was like, she's talking about how, like, she doesn't ever think to go in store to get Colourpop stuff. Like, even though, like, they have it, she'll just buy it off the website. It's like, as a general rule, I always check that first. Just because, you know, with Colourpop, it's always difficult to get stuff from them. So I was like, I'll just see if they have it in store, and they happen to have it in store, but I had to go to a store that was really far out because the one around the corner from my house, of course, couldn't just have it. So I had to go like a good long ways to pick it up. I was feeling some type of way, but I was like, whatever, let me go get it so I can film with it this weekend. And here we are filming with it this weekend, so yay me. I'm gonna have to edit this along with the other videos that I have going on right now tomorrow. Oh, so I'm gonna take that matte minty looking shade at the top and dust over all this. Y'all know I have to have my moment of dusting and airbrushing everything out. I usually use a more skin tone color, but I just tried to use what was already in the palette as opposed to grabbing another palette, because we are trying to get eye looks out of this palette. So I was like, let's not be grabbing from extra palettes. So I'm just taking this minty shade and dusting it over and making that work out. I am going to take an eyeliner. I don't think I'm going to take the Patrick Tile one. I'm trying to take one that like matches his eye. Do like a blue one and make that work out nicely for me. So we're going to do that. But this is pretty much the finished eye look. Let's go ahead and put this last shade in our inner corner here. So that way we can use all the shimmers. We can use all the shimmers. So that's just going to go right over here. Okay, so these is the finished eye look. Let me zoom you out so we can talk about both these palettes. Okay, that's better. Okay, so my thoughts on these palettes. We clearly know which one I like the best. And of course, it's the one that's on my eyes, the High Tide. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like this one too, though, because I like the color story. And I feel like it has a lot of dark mattes in it that you don't normally see in Colourpop palettes. I feel like they usually go for like lighter mattes or mid-tone mattes. So I appreciate this one because it has darker pink mattes in it for when I want to do looks like with the little quad they have. They recently came out with this like part of this what is it, To Halt collection. Like I feel like this will be a great companion palette to that pink palette, or maybe to that orange palette as well, because I can use some different tones in it. I don't like the fact there's not that many shimmers in this one. Like I would have preferred that this sequin shade just be a regular shade, and then maybe take one of these pinks out, because I feel like this and this look, well, this one and this one look similar enough to where we don't need both of them in there, or maybe even like this one and this one looks similar to we don't need both of them. So it's like I'd rather have like another shimmer, like the High Tide has 3 shimmers, but I like this one. Again, I don't like sequin shades, so I'm not feeling that. But overall, I said the quality's nice. This one did have fallout though, and I don't feel like the pink one had fallout, but the blue one had fallout, so I had to like adjust underneath this eye right here that I was doing off camera. But it's weirdly enough, the one that I did on camera didn't have that issue, so I don't know what's going on with that, but okay. Anyway, do I think you should get these palettes? Yeah, I think they're nice enough to where you could go ahead and buy them. They're only like 14 bucks, and y'all know you can always get a coupon, because I just told you I got mine for $10 a piece, but that's because I used the 10 off of 35 deal that they had going on during Memorial Day. It ended on the 3rd, so I think it's already over because today is like the 5th, so sorry about that. But yeah, I definitely think they're worth it. You can still use the 3 off 50 code though, since they're like 14 bucks or whatever, and you'll still get like a little bit of a deal or whatever. So I think they're worth it for the price if you really like blues like I do, because y'all know I got like 3 other blue palettes in addition to this blue palette I just bought. And you know, if another blue palette comes out from Colourpop, I probably will buy it because I just like blue. The pink one, it's okay. I feel like it's more like wearable, and people like more berry tones. So if you like more pink and berry tone things, you'll like that one better. If you're, you know, a sucker for blue and you love all things blue like I do, then you'll obviously like the High Tide better. But I feel like the High Tide is perfect like for summer, because you can have a nice little pop of blue eye look going on. Like, and I think it's perfect to add to your collection if you don't own a lot of blue eyeshadows and you're more about the monochromatic vibe like I am. That's why I have all the Colourpop monochromatic palettes for the most part that fit the color stories that I like. But those are my thoughts. It worked fine. It looks nice. And it's a great price. So it's up to you if you want to buy it or not. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed. Bye.